Hello everybody, my name is Will. Today we're going to be talking about loneliness. Well, loneliness is known for a really bad feeling and a really bad thing that a lot of people doesn't want to have, right? Like you could be a group of them too, and I am a group of them. Loneliness is a thing that really matters. And while common definitions of loneliness describe it as a state of solitude or being alone or being separated from everything, loneliness is actually a state of mind. It is actually a state of mind in your body and in your mental health. Loneliness causes people to feel empty, alone, and unwanted. Did you ever feel lonely? If you feel lonely, then usually will because there's nobody who's around you, or they really want you with them, or they really need you. And usually if there's a lonely state in your mind, then you feel empty, alone, and unwanted for a lot. Actually, loneliness changes what happens through different people too, and loneliness differs from different persons. For example, a lonely child who struggles to make friends at school has different needs than a lonely older adult whose spouse has recently died. Like example, in different things and in different reasons, the loneliness could be a lot more harder or just a little bit. Like you could say, a lonely child who doesn't have any friends, what they really need is somebody who understands them and somebody who needs them or wants them. But if there's an adult whose spouse has recently died, and what they are wishing is that the spouse didn't die, and they wish that they haven't done anything so that the spouse wouldn't die soon as that or anything. But you can see loneliness is something that differs from different person too. If you're lonely because nobody plays with you, that is a different thing and you need different things than a person who's lonely because her or his pets were lost or died. They need somebody else too. And it's just like losing their friends. Well, different thing happens with different kinds of loneliness. And you must know that. Well, while we have loneliness, there's a lot of other things to say about. Having loneliness is something that nobody wants to, right? Did you ever feel loneliness? What's the reason for it? I'll give you about 40 seconds to finish it. You can pause the video at any time. Okay, are you finished? If you didn't, then you can pause the video to share more, and I'd love to listen to that. And if you're done, then let's go to the next part. Well, as I've mentioned before, loneliness is actually a state of mind, not just a feeling. A lot of people think of lonely as something that is a state of solitude or isolation. So, if you are a person who doesn't need a lot of people or you doesn't attract a lot, then if nobody is around you, then that is something that could be okay to you. But if you're a person who interacts with a lot and you're a person who needs to attract lots of person, then loneliness is gonna be something that really matters to you. A lonely child who's a lonely person who struggles to do anything, even making friends or even helping their friends, would feel lonely. Like, did you ever try to help your friend, but instead they say, "You're such unuseful. You didn't help me at all." Did you ever meet that? And if you did, probably in that time you feel loneliness, right? And that loneliness is probably not because nobody's around you, but it's because that person who you help a lot and you really cares about them rejects you or think that you're unuseful, like what I've said before. Well, all of those happen to become loneliness. Loneliness is a kind of feeling that scares a lot of children and a lot of adults too. And also, it is a kind of feeling that nobody ever wanted to have. So, one day, if literal loneliness meets you and visit you, then remember, literal loneliness can't do anything to you if you just escape from it. Remember, loneliness is just a visitor, but not something that always will stay as your family, okay? So, thank you for that, and today we've talked about loneliness. Loneliness is a state of mind, and it differs from different persons too. And remember, literal loneliness is just a visitor, not a family member.